So iOS 18 has been out for a little bit of time now, and what's very crazy to me is that this version of software has been holding up quite well on my iPhone 11. And although the iPhone 11 did not get every single feature, it didn't get Apple Intelligence, it didn't get every single cool thing within iOS 18, I still think iOS 18 did a pretty good job on the iPhone 11, and I genuinely do think if you're in the market and if you have something like an iPhone 11, you could probably go ahead and upgrade to iOS 18, probably when iOS 18.1 comes around. Now, some pretty big stuff to keep in mind. Number one, within these particular versions of software, you're always going to have to keep in mind that when you're going to go through and upgrade your phone, you're probably going to experience some glitches, some weird stuff here and there, so just kind of keep that in mind. But my experience thus far on this version of software has been pretty solid. Number one, the stability aspect of this phone has been very, very good. It's been surprising. This phone isn't even supposed to be like the best performing phone in this version of software, but so far I've been having a pretty good time with it. And I do think, like I said before, that in and of itself is a very, very big thing to keep in mind. You're able to go through, pick up a phone like the iPhone, 11, and still have a very good time with it, which I think is really interesting. Now, there was kind of one thing which was kind of hurtful for this phone, but since then I think it's kind of helped it, was the fact that this phone basically, because it wasn't getting all the features and everything within iOS 18, I thought that was going to kind of hurt it, but because it didn't, it kind of helped it out in a way. Like, it allowed it to go through and basically just focus on the core features that it needed, and it didn't go through and like have a bunch of weird stuff that we didn't really need within it. So it made it a little bit of a more stable version of software, which I actually liked a lot. So I do think from that side, that was kind of a big thing going on for this particular phone. I do also think beyond that, when it comes down to the whole entire experience and the way Apple's been kind of giving us these types of updates, I think it's been pretty good too. Like, I haven't really had too many crazy insane issues with it. Even when I compared the iPhone 11 on iOS 18 against a lot of other phones from a battery perspective, my iPhone 12s, 11s, my 13s, 14s, those phones have held up fairly well, and the iPhone 11 it's probably not the greatest in the battery life perspective, but I'd probably say in a lot of other areas, especially from a stability standpoint, it's not really doing that bad of a job, which I think is actually very, very impressive. On top of that, I do think if you're going to go through and like pick up a phone, would the iPhone 11 be the first phone I'd recommend people to buy? Probably not. But I would probably say that if you're in the market and if you want to go and buy a phone, I generally don't think you can go that wrong with something like an iPhone 11, at least upgrading it to that version of software. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there for the most part. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.